be the most time consuming. All right, due dates and times. All assignments are due by 11:59 p.m. I should put in there p.m. on the due date. This rule will be strictly enforced. I recommend you turn in your assignments early. In case of a technical issue that prevents you from posting your assignments, you must email me the assignment before the due date and time. And I'll put that on the rubric too. I'll make sure to put the PM on the rubric. Video lectures. Each week, I will post a video lecture going over the material needed for class discussion. These will generally be between 10 to 30 minutes, depending on the week. I will post these by Sunday of each week. Please make sure to watch these and take notes. I will also post a supplementary written version of the lecture. The written lectures alone are not adequate. You must watch the video. And that's because I'm going to, just like in a class, go on asides that you'll take notes on the actual lecture page. I recommend reading the lecture while watching the video and taking notes. That's just what I said. Required discussion board posts. In an online class, discussion board posts are essential for your learning. By Sunday of each week, I will post 2 discussion board prompts that you are required to respond to in 100 to 200 words. One post will be due every Wednesday and the other will be due every Friday. Along with this, you must respond to 2 other students' posts in 100 to 200 words by Friday of each week. In order to facilitate discussion, I encourage you to post these throughout the week. These can be to any other post your fellow students have submitted. Please see the rubrics for both prompt and student post responses for specific grading requirements. All your due dates are listed in the course schedule. And then I have a note there. Week 2, 8, 9, 12, and 15 contain adjustments to the schedule in order to work around Labor Day, fall break, Veterans Day, and Thanksgiving. Please see the course schedule for specific due dates. Of course, you are encouraged to post more than the required amount, but only your first post necessary for meeting the class requirements will be graded. For your journal assignment, for weeks 2 through 15, you will be given a weekly journal prompt. You are to choose 10 out of the 13 possible journal prompts to respond to in 300 to 400 words. Unlike the discussion board posts, these will only be seen by the instructor, that's me. Journal entries regarding the previous week's material will be due each Monday. You may post more than 10 journals, but only the first 10 will be graded. Please see the journal rubric for specific grading requirements, and of course, because of holidays, some weeks are different. So look at those. I want to go over the schedule real quick with you. So you're going to have, I'm going to be posting the lectures and the discussion board prompts and the journal prompts on Sunday. You'll have your first discussion board answer due on Wednesday, and then you'll have your second one due on Friday. You'll have to respond to 2 other students by Friday. I understand that this means that the first discussion board prompt will probably get more responses, but I didn't want to have to make anything due over the weekend. And then the following Monday, you'll have your journal due. So for those of you who are visual learners, I wanted to kind of go over it visually. Let me make sure this gets up correctly. There we go. So on Sunday is when I'm posting the lecture and the prompts. Then you'll have a discussion board answer due on Wednesday and a discussion board, the next one due on Friday, and the 2 responses to your students due on Friday. And then you'll have your journal due on the following Monday. But you'll notice that there's a little bit of an overlap here because I'll be posting the lectures and the prompts for that week on Sunday, and then it goes over again. And all your due dates are listed on the syllabus, so let me know if you have any questions, of course. The final project. For the final project, you will have the opportunity to create a pop culture work of your own. This can be in the form of a poem, short short film, song, podcast, etc. In addition, you will provide a 3 to 4 page analysis of your work discussing its relation to religion and pop culture. There will be more information about this assignment as it approaches. You must send me a description of your creative project by email for my approval no later than October 5th. I will remind you about this 2 weeks prior to the date. Late work. I will accept no late work without prior consent or in the case of extenuating circumstances. All consent or agreement to extenuating circumstances is at my discretion. That being said, I encourage you to contact me as soon as possible if something comes up. Next, I list the Blackboard information if you do have technical issues. You want to visit their website. Make sure, kind of the third paragraph there, if you have a technical problem, you're going to contact Blackboard first. And then after that, you're going to email me and include your Blackboard case number. That's the only way I can review your case, if there's a case number. Make sure you don't leave assignments for the last minute, just in case there are Blackboard issues, because those will not constitute an excuse for late work. You can see the information on withdrawals and completes right under that. Then the information regarding academic dishonesty, which will not be tolerated. If you have a question about plagiarism, what it is, and if you're doing it, let me know. I'll be happy to answer that. Then we go into our class schedule. Of course, this is the week of the introduction. You're going to read Understanding Religion and Pop Culture, the introduction part, which is only 12 pages. And then you'll do a prompt response by 8:26. I think that's a Saturday. Sorry. Anyway, there's no points for that. It's just for you to introduce yourself, and we went over that in my introduction video. Week 2, we are covering atheism, anti-theism, and secularism. The reasons that we're putting it first, it will be explained in the lecture. And it's very important because this really gives us the opportunity to lay a good methodological and theoretical foundation. And I hope you'll see that. So we'll be watching the film Religulous, which will be your first discussion prompt. And then reading the book God Is Not Great by Christopher Hitchens. And then you have your due dates there. Week 3 would be Christianity. That is the week of Labor Day, so it's a little bit different in terms of the due dates. We're going to have your reading there, Cursing Then and Now. We'll be listening to the Kendrick Lamar album, Good Kid, Mad City, in order to explore kind of the expression of Christianity within that album. It's a rap album. And then we'll be watching the film True Grit. And you want to make sure that that's the Coen Brothers True Grit, so the newest one, not the one that was made in the 1960s with John Wayne. Next, we'll be doing Islam. We're going to be watching a documentary on Islam from the BBC to look at the portrayal, not to necessarily learn about the history of Islam, but to look at how that history is portrayed by the BBC. And then we'll be watching a documentary on Muhammad Ali called Made in America. And you have no reading that week. Week 5 is Judaism. We're going to be reading some Sigmund Freud, and we're going to do a Freudian analysis of some Jewish humor, along with an article in Understanding Religion. And we'll be looking at 2 stand-up routines from Woody Allen, one from Sarah Silverman, and a television show, Curb Your Enthusiasm. We'll be watching the Palestinian Chicken Show. Week 6, we're going to really delve into video games, and particularly ancient Greece. There is quite a bit of heavy reading that